Hey, welcome guys. Welcome to the Liberto show. Again, today, like here, another part of our community arts in our area, in our districts. We're like halfway between Plateau and Milan area.
Indeed.
And this is actually one of my old districts, the Bouillon, Mont Royal. This is when we first came to Canada, we hang out, part of the immigrant people, that we have a lot of connections here, in this, where actually Jonathan Bourassa is. So today we're going to be
20 years now.
Yeah, 20 years. Right now, Jonathan Bourassa is established here. We're going to talk a little bit about what he's doing, what he thinks about the area, all about the arts. And I'm going to ask Jonathan, who are you exactly, and what are you like doing this area for all these years?
My name is Jonathan Bourassa. I've been a tattoo artist for the past 30 years.
3 years.
And I started tattooing and then I started painting maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and that was kind of like the natural transition into painting. And now this is pretty much all I do. I tattoo, I paint a lot, and also I have a YouTube channel. So yeah, it's like my life is about creating stuff.
You're a busy guy.
I make myself busy. I think that's the whole point of being an artist. If you have to make yourself busy.
Yeah. So we've worked together for you guys to know that, on Jonathan there's a lot of art, and we're going to see a lot of his art. I mean, it's quite something.
You've been framing my stuff for the last 15 years.
Since for the last 15 years, like he said, we've been framing his artwork the best possible way. He paints a lot of also on heavy paper, which is very demanding. So it's true. It's still like for us it's demanding because it's heavy paper, and we like to do archival taping. We're just talking about this before because sometimes heavy paper has to be done the same way. The tape has to be done a little bit heavier. But regardless, are you doing any shows right now? Because
No.
This is your show here.
This is my tattoo studio, and in the front it's kind of my little art gallery. I'm not a big fan of shows
Like
and
that,
art galleries in general. My stuff used to be in a gallery in the old port, and it closed down because of COVID.
Well, yeah,
And I just decided to, because I do such big works that I just don't feel like renting trucks and like moving them around. They get broken, whatever it is.
Yes.
So I just opened my little thing, and for me it's just a passion to do. If people want to buy my stuff, obviously I'm happy. I'm not going to say no. But also there's like this little, I kind of romanticize the fact that I could be 85-year-old and sitting in a room and just looking at my life's work. I think that's.
Yes. That like we're basically always in the arts. So like we need things to look at. We need to create, which is part of us. I mean, we have to do things. And our part, what I like to do, like in my part is music. I'm a musician and do compositions and things like that. Visual arts, I'm not in that field, but we have something really that we can say.
Well, you are in that field. You preserve it.
Yes, we give houses to people's
Exactly,
artwork, so we give them homes,
Yeah.
so they can have a good environment to survive. So I mean, this is something we enjoy doing, and this is what keeps us going. For in the arts. In the arts, do you see any movement in the arts, especially what's coming, like in 2025?
Oh, you mean like I don't follow trends. I really don't care about this stuff. I'm like I do my thing. I don't market it. Maybe I should learn more about that, but I don't follow trends because I don't want to be. You always look for what you call it, inspiration.
Yes.
You're looking at other stuff, but if you look too much at it, I think it influences your work too much. So you kind of become just a copier of a style. So I try to not look at stuff as much as I can.
So you do whatever you feel like doing.
Oh, you don't care.
Like Musically, I feel the same way because I'm not following whatever the people listen to. I'm following what comes out from my head, from my being. You know, so I'm composing stuff that it feels good to me.
Yeah.
And if people like it, great. I leave it at that. You know?
Well, that's what I don't remember who said that, but there was when you create something, you have to create it for yourself.
Yes.
Because if you create it for other people, it's not going to be your best work.
Yeah.
So like me, when I do a painting, I do it for me. If I love it, I couldn't care less about what people think.
Yeah. And then like that way, we're happy because we don't have to like compromise and things like that. We just feel good about what we do, and that I think it's being a true artist, being true to yourself. I mean, true to yourself, and you know, of course, try to make a living in the art.
There's always that fine line where you don't want to be a starving artist. You know, like it's nice to be able to paint and do that stuff, but if I was just painting and I wasn't tattooing and doing other stuff, well, unfortunately, I wouldn't pay the bills right now. So
it's okay, but see, like you're doing art and you're doing professional. You know,
my life is about doing everything that I love. There's nothing that I hate doing, so I can't complain.
You have the business is called private tattoo, right?
Private tattoo. I opened as private tattoo 20 years ago.
So it's like you have private tattoo to help with the income, like I have Cat Superior to help me with the income because
exactly
to do music it's expensive, you know, it is studios and whatever.
Of course.
And then but we're like self-sufficient in a way because I work every day to framing in the business and in the spare time, and then we invest in our art, in our music, you know. And that's, I think we have 100%. A lot in common that way, because you're
it's the same. We create for a living.
Yeah, and then we make money to put it back into the arts, and these shows are about that. It's about arts and culture and community.
So my specialty in tattooing is traditional Japanese style. This is 2 paintings I did. This is the style of tattoo I do. But some of those are mine, but most of them are my travels. So it's just people that I went like to France or whatever. I was traveling to Europe, around the world, and I was buying prints from people. So these you framed all this.
I know. I see.
All of
recognize
those.
them.
Yeah. This one is one of my favorite one.
Yeah,
it sounds very.
But it's
pretentious, but this is my work. But I just love that. I think this is one of my best painting I've done. But yeah, this is half of this one is one of my friend from Japan. The other half is me. He came here to visit for a week.
You travel a lot.
For tattooing back in the days, not anymore. Not anymore. I got too old for this shit. I like the comfort of the studio.
Oh, well,
if you want, I can show you something that I find quite interesting. Maybe you'll find it boring, but this one here. So this is I guess this is the only one that's not for sale.
Okay.
Because this is new, right? This is like.
I really like the birds. By the way, my wife Franca, she always said, I want 2 butterflies. So we got Jonathan to paint 2 butterflies, really, and we have them hang.
You have 2?
2.
I painted 2 for you.
And then we have them in our bedroom, beautifully framed. And
I hope it's beautifully framed.
Yeah, it is.
So what I was saying is this is 20 years old. These are all the stencils from old tattoos that I had in a box and I didn't know what to do with them. So I glued 20 years of work on this piece of wood, which just kind of like where I was in the style. That I painted that like last year.
That is a lot of that.
But yeah, so it's kind of like I did this one in France at a convention. Like I kind of remember some of them, not all of them.
Because this is kind of personal for you.
I can't put a price on this. This is just not possible. But this is the one thing I say when I'm 85. If I could still look at it, I'll be like, "Fuck, this is."
Be happy to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, it's personal, you know. Personal. Yeah, like beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the color, man. The color and the way it's amazing.
These are prints, but the originals are in in a restaurant?
Really? Actually, you know, we are not influencers. Because my job here, you know, is the art, framing, you know, community, friends, all this stuff. Like Jonathan is in the community. Jonathan is an artist. Jonathan is a tattoo artist. Jonathan is building up his YouTube channel. You know, this is all what we do. We're not trying to influence anybody. We're trying to create something for ourselves. And you know, by saying that, you know,
to put a little context into that, is because we're talking about being a YouTuber and being influencer, but the influencer side of things, like it's not being a YouTuber. It's like, to me, there's like a clear cut between the two. Influencer is just a dumbass that's trying to sell you product on TikTok that they don't care about, and they're trying to influence people of buying something so they can make money from it. But YouTube, like, to me, is very different. I want to try like to motivate, to help out people. I made some videos about art, just like create what you want, whatever. But I think there's always, it's like I can't stick to one subject. I just can't stick to one thing. So my YouTube channel is more about what's inside my head, just when I paint. It's the
exactly.
same thing,
That's it.
you know?
It's an art. It's exactly, and you know, with that. We're going to continue our walk back to St. Lawrence, back to Casa Perio, because I got to go back to work, right?
You gotta
Yeah,
go
because I got to make
something.
a living. I got to make a living in the meantime. So, look, guys, thank you for tuning.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you, because it's going
And
to
go
help.
check my channel, Jonathan Bourassa.
Jonathan Bourassa on YouTube. And then, look, just subscribe and help us in our journey with posting stuff, and we're enjoying doing this, you know.
Of course, it's all about having fun at the end of the day.
Exactly. I had fun today. It's nice. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a little bit humid, but who cares? We're gonna keep trucking.
Keep pushing.
Thank you, Jonathan. Merci beaucoup.
Ça fait plaisir.
Puis on va faire ça bientôt. Peut-être dans quelques jours. Take care.